Welcome to Volume 9, Part 4. And we're going to continue along the wisdom track, which is what all of Volume 9 is about. Deep wisdom, ancient wisdom, philosophies, the psychology, especially the spiritual psychology of addiction, different gurus, poets, and philosophers, and their perspective on this. All these things can be helpful in you understanding addiction on a whole nother level. Hopefully, this is the kind of thing you need so that you have a deep enough understanding to not have to return to it over and over again. I've been a student of A Course in Miracles in well over 20 years. And this next part comes from A Course in Miracles, which is also called ACIM. And so we will get right to the wisdom that they impart as another excellent text. While A Course in Miracles rarely uses the literal word addiction, its entire spiritual philosophy directly addresses the root mechanism behind addictive behavior. Where clinical models view addiction as a physical, brain-based disease or behavioral disorder, ACIM views addiction as a symptom of mind-based identification with the ego, specifically an attempt to fill an internal sense of emptiness using something in the physical world. Let that resonate. Number 1, the idol and the search outside the self. A Course in Miracles teaches that the core trap of the human experience is seeking fulfillment, safety, or peace in external things rather than in the true self, what some people call as God. An addiction, whether to drugs, alcohol, relationships, money, food, or control, is viewed as an idol. The ego promises, seek and do not find. It convinces the mind that peace exists out in the world, driving compulsive loops that never offer lasting relief. Some people call that chasing the original high that they got on whatever addiction that they're on that made them want more and more. Number 2, all addictions are addictions to the mind. According to A Course in Miracles, the physical body cannot actually generate a craving or an addiction. The body is merely an empty vessel through which the mind projects its beliefs. What a person is truly addicted to is not the substance or behavior, but the ego's thought system, specifically thoughts of separation, guilt, fear, and unworthiness. The substance or action is simply a desperate attempt to suppress or medicate the deep subconscious guilt of feeling separated from truth. Special relationships as addictive dynamics in A Course in Miracles, the concept of a special relationship mirrors addictive patterns. The ego enters relationships or uses objects and substances with a contract. The contract says, I will give you this, provided you complete me and give me what I lack. When a relationship or substance fails to provide that completeness, resentment, withdrawal, and intense guilt follow. Number 4, no order of difficulty in healing. Principle 1 of Course in Miracles states there is no order of difficulty in miracles. From the Course's perspective, healing a severe substance addiction is no more difficult than healing a mind worry, because all problems are fundamentally illusions of the same magnitude, a mistaken identity. Once the misperception in the mind is corrected, the physical symptom loses its power. How healing actually happens, according to the Course in Miracles. Shift in focus from body to mind. Course in Miracles does not ask individuals to fight the body or wage a war of willpower against the addiction. Trying to overpower an addiction using ego willpower often increases guilt when a slip occurs. Instead, the Course emphasizes shifting the level of cause from the physical behavior to the underlying mental choice. practicing true forgiveness. Unlike traditional forgiveness, which implies someone did something bad that needs pardoning, ACIM forgiveness means recognizing that the situation never had the power to change your true nature as a spiritual being. Forgiving oneself for the addiction dissolves the guilt cycle that keeps the addictive loop spinning. And it is a loop, my friends. Surrender to the Holy Spirit. Rather than struggling endlessly to control the habit, A Course in Miracles suggests handing the perception over to the Holy Spirit, the voice of God, inner wisdom, it is also called. I offer this craving thought to you. Show me how to see this differently. Under the Holy Spirit's guidance, the relationship to the object or substance is translated from an unholy distraction into a tool for mental awakening and self-realization. A Course in Miracles and the 12-step framework. Many people who study A Course in Miracles find strong parallels with the 12-step recovery. Step 1, and A Course in Miracles. Admitting powerlessness over the addiction aligns with recognizing that the ego mind cannot fix problems created by the ego mind. Think about that. Step 2 and 3 relates to A Course in Miracles in this way. Turning the will over to a higher power mirrors handing the mind's illusions over to the Holy Spirit for correction. The main difference, while 12-step recovery often emphasizes an ongoing identification as a recovering addict to maintain boundaries, A Course in Miracles points toward realizing that your fundamental identity was never damaged, sick, or addicted to begin with. That takes some thinking about, and I know that some people will have a difference of opinion, but the need to recover is so great that we recognize there's going to be different perspectives. You latch on to the one that most closely aligns with your soul and your beliefs. Thanks so much for listening.